head is pounding, can't slip it off. More by vendors, hogging out the vibe on damn. And the way
But we're just gonna get right through to it. So, right now, I wanna talk about masters, right? What are masters? Who owns masters? What power does the law give somebody who owns the masters, and what determines who is the owner of the masters? Ordinarily, I speak from a perspective of the artist, right? So I'm gonna speak from there. I'm not gonna talk much about instrumentals. I'm gonna talk a lot more about vocals. So masters recording is the original recording, right, of the vocals. Now, any other copy made from that recording is a slave copy, right? But the original is the masters. That's what masters are. So they call these other ones masters. So right now, I have a voice, I can talk, and it's not recorded. People maybe they can remember, but it's not recorded. Now to have that recording, you see, it's a digital product. Now we're gonna get right into explaining it like this. Now, who owns the masters? The person who owns the technology that produces the masters owns them. Since it's a digital product, you don't have physical ingredients to put into it, and therefore the digital product can be perceived in such a manner as like it's the byproduct of this technology. So the person who owns the studio, the recording equipment, owns the masters. Automatically they are his. So in the terms of a full track, they own 50% of the song by default. You understand? So that's what the law says. For people who were laughing and joking about Maporisa saying people were using his electricity, eating his food, using his equipment. No, he was actually telling people about the law. That's what it says. And it's only fair when you think about it. You understand? Now, what powers does the law allow or limitations? Now, it's like this. If you own the masters, anything that is done with the slave copies of your masters cannot be done without the permission of the person who owns the original recording. So let's say I'm with my boy, we're recording, like we recorded this place, we're just recording an acapella. Maybe it's on beat. I take it, somebody has a beat, and we take that vocal as it is, that wave file as it is, and we put it on top of another beat. I don't record it again, but we put it on another beat. Now, automatically, by the fact that he owns the original recording, that recording is his. Even if he owns 50% of the song, even if he was not involved in the creation of this new song, but the fact that the recordings were recorded at his house, he owns half of the song. And therefore, there is nothing that you can do with that song without him. You cannot sign a sync deal without the owner of the masters. You understand? Whatever that you sign, that person can come and sue because they own that. And the only way to prevent that from happening is if you guys have an agreement that clearly states the transfer of ownership. Now, this does not mean that you bought the beat or whatever, but he could be giving it to you too. But you have to have a document stating that you now own it and it used to be owned by them. And that's the only way to avoid that. Now, we got that out the way. Now, some of the other opportunities that you can miss out on because of not owning your masters would be, or your masters being owned by somebody else, is that, let's say in the case you get a sync deal, right? A sync license, which what a sync license is the license for somebody to use your music in a movie, a film, and whatever. And some of these deals, they pay pretty well. Could be an advertisement or whatever, but then the issue is that a lot of them, when they want you to send the song and the metadata, they expect you to send the stamps, so that if they want to make edits, so that let's say it's an advert, they want to make edits and the advert has to specifically or specify the brand or the company, they are gonna need to go back to the original recordings and have you maybe go to the studio and change it, or they want to put somebody in and change it. So you're gonna have a problem if you don't own it, because now you cannot send it to these guys and you are not the owner. They are more than likely gonna reject the whole offer, like they're gonna take it away. So you gotta make sure that you take care of that. When coming to masters, it's okay if as a person, like as an artist, you actually you don't really understand much, but make sure you learn, because it's only been in the past 5 years that we have had more conversations from the side of the artist talking about masters. It was not common knowledge it wasn't even common for labels and companies to inform artists about the ideas of masters, because they understood the power that they had with the master recordings. And you think about people like Taylor Swift, who actually has made the point of re-recording her old songs so that now she can own the masters. And that's one of the options, re-record the song, bro. Like, now in the next video I'm gonna make sure that we actually get to talk about how you can protect yourself and how you can ensure that you always either own your masters, or you actually get into agreements that don't give people the power or ownership of your masters completely forever.
Get in your bag, put out a stag, let them niggas know what you got on your feet. I'm with a gang, showing off face, swag that niggas wanna copy my drip. Get in your bag, put out a stag, let them niggas know what you got on your feet. I'm with a gang, showing off face, swag that niggas wanna copy my drip. Flex on your feet, nigga, flex, flex. Flex on your feet, nigga, flex, flex. Flex on your feet, nigga, flex, flex. Flex on your feet, nigga, flex.